blind white child born there.
We're on the road, we're heading to the Tweed. Evan, your grandmother is going to give you a potted history of the family.
George Dickinson.
Joy, for Evan's edification, can you please tell him a little bit about your family from the Tweed?
Oh dear. It was a drover. Well, my grandmother was Emily Skinner. 9 children.
9?
And they're very well known on the
My
Tweed.
father
She was
was
round about middle. What else? Oh, what can I remember? I can remember walking the riverbank outside their home, and I can remember there was a fellow called Brolat who used to come and give piano and violin lessons in our front parlour, I suppose you call it in those days. What else? They had a company called Skinner Lowe's and Company, which ran drinks and more cordials, and were taken over by gosh, who took them over? One of the big places.
Yes, I do.
I can't think now. I think she's buried in Moorlambar, but her family, her father and family are Tumbulgum.
Okay. Tumblegum.
Tumblegum.
Yeah,
Tumblegum.
No, but it's not Tumblegum, it's Tumbulgum.
Tumblegum. Okay, so we're going to Tumblegum.
And I sort of always had my holidays there at my grandmother's home, and my aunt had a beach place at Coogin Headlands, and we used to go there as a family and all meet up. So I've got great memories of the Tweed and Mount Warning and everything around it.
And what age did you start going there? Because you were living in Ipswich at the time.
From the time I was tiny until about 10.
And how did you get there? I remember you telling me once it was quite a
winding
trek.
road and a New England bus, and I would
Heading from
perk nearly
Ipswich?
all the way.
From Ipswich?
I think we'd get it from Brisbane. We'd have to get to Brisbane.
From Ipswich into Brisbane,
Yeah,
and then
on down the winding roads to the Tweed, and me being ill. We stopped always at the Surfers Paradise Hotel, which was the only building in Surfers Paradise, and it was a type of zoo at the back with a lot of birds and parrots, and so you'd stop there and recuperate from being ill to start again to be ill again.
Oh, lovely. And this was about 1930, I suppose. You would have been about 5.
From 1926 right through till about 1936. We used to come down sort of once a year, and we'd either holiday there or down. Once Lottie was married and had the Coogin Headlands place, we'd go there.
Will you recognise any of these landmarks now?
Well, I know that there's a block of units where my grandmother's home used to be, and where the old Skinner family home is, I'm not sure. It was opposite where my grandmother was. I'm not positive whether that's still there or not.
Okay.
Bob and I went back years ago, and we saw that there was a block of land. It was his where grandma's home had been.
He used to ride the horse?
He used to, but he
Very
took
good.
the kids for a ride on it.
Okay, have a breather.
Put me in the front, and I ended up having to eat off not the mantelpiece, but somewhere standing up. I was only about 8.
Have to get you back on one of the horses at Vine Lodge.
No way, Jose.
Back on the horse after you fall off?
No, never. Do you remember Hawley's next door, which was at Newcastle? Well, Dawn had a horse and got me to get on it in Brook Street, mind you, of all places. And I sort of wandered on this horse, and suddenly the damn thing bolted. And I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to stop it, pull it up. Eventually it did stop. But oh God, I never got on a horse.
Now her elderly father wore no pants quite often and wandered about the streets, and they had a red setter.
They did have a red setter. I don't remember him
He
wandering
did
with no
one time when I was
pants.
too young to know what was going on. He must have had dementia, and he was outside with the red setter.
He was a
with no
lovely
pants
old
on.
bloke originally, but he probably did have. Because Dilly was a funny woman, and so was the old shops her mother. They were all just down here on the family, where that two-story place is, was where Angus and Lottie had their studio, because he was a photographer. They owned all that. But you see, I don't know. It's all That's where they had, yeah, that's right, they did too. Oh no, or was it Broadway? I think it was that one. That place called Broadway in there. And there, Evan, you go down on the river bank, and I'll show you where the green lived. And then we come back and have our coffee.
We're going over the bridge anyway.
No, we're not going over the bridge. And this is where we were kids and everyone used to go off the bridge. But in those days it was a different bridge, of course. But this was all, you could just walk along here. Yes, it is now, but it wasn't. They were on the corner just a bit further. The position of where, but I had no idea
the
they
street
put...
number? No,
I don't. Absolutely not built on at all. Turn around, go back, Abby, and we have our coffee. I'm looking where they are. No, they were closer to the... No, they were walking distance from the thing. No, we weren't that far from the bridge.
looks like a nice place for coffee.
Does look nice.
So tell us how that mountain makes you feel. Describe.
No, I can't, because I'd only cry, so don't ask me.
You're not allowed to cry. Yes,
Joy's already had a few looks.
You're allowed to cry.
Yeah.
Brings back lovely memories.
Yep. Okay, where's my tissue?
We're not recording you.
Good, don't. Silly. Stupid memories.
Well,
Good memory.
Real good memories. Good memories. I don't know why that mountain does it to me all the time.
Well, that's what I moved up here for, to look after the mountain for you.
Thank you. You know, it's almost like something that grips me.
Yeah. I always felt it's a really special place, but kind of forgot about the fact that you grew up around here as well.
Yeah, looking down on that valley and the lushness of it and the river, and it's beautiful.
paparazzi. Actually over here, that's why it's even harder. Oh dear.
My grandmother was,
Don't take the,
I suppose,
when you go over the
1939
bridge,
when she died. So
go around that first roundabout just so you know.
She was the first wife.
She was the second white child born.
So you go turn right there and then in the other street, then go straight up.
Straight up the Union United Short Shoulder lift at a roundabout.
It's going to make a
Around that roundabout, just up the hill a bit on the right. If we can find them today.
to remember if I'd talked to them or you were too damned impatient when you were growing up to listen to oldies. It's a terrible thing because that's what you should be doing. You should be taking notes of people who know things about you.
Well, we're taking notes today, so tell us.
But I don't know enough about it.
Tell us what you know.
Tell us
Anything
what
that comes to mind.
Okay. You see where Broadway has got that Broadway?
I'll let you know
owned by Nana.
Okay.
That whole building used to be Angus. Skinner with the Skinnerlows, who had, and she was the second white child born on the Tweed River.
Was she?
A boy beat her by just
Smith. Boy Smith.
yes, and she was the first girl. Yes.
I'll go with the record because I was singing over for a start.
Thank you.
Here, this is the first one that was the first white child born on the...
Oh right, yes.
Joy, for Evan's edification, can you please tell him a...
Because I knew it was this guy called Steve. But I can't play. See, this is the old bridge. During the British Army, all over the stuff.
Yes.
And he came from here, so they had to
Might be something at the War Memorial. It's probably a War Memorial.
Well, they have in Sydney on the War Memorial.
Well, Bev sounds like the lady you'll need to talk to.
This one's a George, but it is related to
George is?
Dickinson was with
Is your uncle?
major in the
Skinner.
British.
That's Skinner. The Skinner story, the family, Henry, blah, 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 blah. That's all.
Isabella, he married twice.
I don't know.
Emily, there you are. Emily's
It looks
there.
like it's all there, my dear.
Yeah. And Hilda's were related as well. Yeah.
There's a lady there from Maggie. Yeah, so who must be Henry Skinner, husband Isabel Skinner, died on October the 6th, 1892.
Oh, a lot of the Skinners are buried at Melbourne, yeah.
Thank you.
There's Emily. There, Jane.
I'm coming. Evan, do you want to film this?
Dickinson, and then she became one of the Lows.
Right.
Ada. Yeah. That's the Emily. She was born 1866. Henry had 21 children, 6 by his first wife and 15 by his second.
Wow.
Shows 7 by Isabella 1 and 11 by Isabella 2.
Dickinson.
Dickinson. Yes. Emily. Did she?
She's buried in Banner Street, New Wollongbar, which is just up the road here, but Banner Street is now turned into a park. They removed all the headstones, which was sacrilege, dug a big hole down below and just chucked the lot in and covered them up. Absolute.
So you can't really go.
But all they've got there is a huge big monument with all the names on it.
Here's the second Isabella. We want the other. See, Emily's not on that, so she must be the second. There's the Bolton. He's buried there, yeah.
Sorry. That's the print house.
So you would have been 9.
Well, it was just after, just before, or just after we went to Newcastle. So father was Thomas Gray, who lived with Harry Ford in Bolton in his final years. He's buried at the old cemetery of Melbourne. Henry died in 1895, Isabella in 1908. Been in Australia 76 years, arrived in 1823, married 35 years to Sarah Ash.
There's a mention here of Mrs. Dickinson at Upton Bolton.
And?
No, Henry Skinner never knew a day 6 of my friend Ian was news agency the other day. His uncle married a Skinner.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
you're
it's another
saying,
branch of the
yeah.
family.
Well, see, the same with
Cemetery list of Skinners.
same with Bob Rivet,
Yes.
because he was the other Isabella. See, here's some more of the Skinner ones. No, she was related, but I can't think. She was another Skinner too. See, there were so many. I just don't know enough about all of them. See, Inglewood was the name of the house.
Your house?
No,
The Red Line.
the Skinner.
Well, Beth might even know where Inglewood.
Inglewood. Do you remember where the old Skinner house, Inglewood, was?
No, I've only been here a few years.
Yeah, see, one of the daughters is they ran the little ferry.
Bevan and the Emma Pyres are the most remembered steam ferries that carried passengers between Tweed Heads and Moolumbar from the 1890s to the 1930s.
Yes, well, Sullivan's had that for a while, or one of them had some boat that did that, but I'm not sure which.
Relatives gathered around his desk.
Yeah, it was Charles and George started the cordial factory, the Skinner Brothers, in Inglewood in 1880. And Inglewood was the name of the house. I remember that quite distinctly.
There's so much in there. It's quite an interesting book. A series.
1925, the modern cordial factory was built in Tumbalgum Road, Moolumbar. Cordials were manufactured until the 1960s when the factory was demolished. Nancy's there too. There's Nancy.
Great excitement when you find something, isn't
Gosh,
it?
there's Lottie. And Louie.
And Louis as well.
Yeah.
They're all there.
Pop?
The Joe's not there.
No, I don't think so. But they're all related, you see. Family and friends. Yeah.
There's probably an original of that photo.
When was
Emily
that?
was born there, married George Dickinson in 1890 at Inglewood. You see, Inglewood's coming in all the time.
When was that photo taken?
Oh, God, I don't know.
Well, how old would Mick have been there?
Oh, well, Mick looks as though he's about 14 or 15. Nancy would have been less. Oh, that's terrific. And he was a timber getter, he wasn't a drover. My grandfather, Emily's husband. So it says here. And the witnesses were Chad and Ada. Apparently they lived at several centres on the river and settled in the Wollumbar in 1900. Emily died in 1924. Well, George did predecease her, I know. Oh, there you are, there's George.
Oh, there you go.
George Frederick Dickinson. That's interesting.
Bank chief dies at 64.
Yeah.
That would be George.
Yeah. After he used to come out and visit us all the time.
Yeah, I remember him well.
He was born at Tumbalgum. Ah, there it says his mother was the second white child born in the Tweed district.
What have you found?
Yeah.
Skinner. I'll go find Dickens.
Skinner's. Ah. Skinner. H-O-J-K. Skinner. Emily.
Emily's here. Louie's not. Emily's there. But that's where Emily is, only George. Right. Okay.
Well, can they see the mountain?
They can.
Yes, mountain's over there.
When you come back,
there's nobody around you now.
Still under the mountain? Frozen as well. There'll be two of us.
Yeah. Just don't donate any organs because then we're pretty useless freezing.
I'm sure.
Yeah, no, I'm not donating organs.
I don't think they'd want my 80-year-old organs, do you?
Yeah, let's get some gum.
My ashes can be put on the top of Mount Warning. I will have a Mount Warning photograph that Evan's going to give me on the computer so I can look at it every day until I die.
Yes.
And then you could perhaps put it in my little box with me.
Oh, we can
Well,
do
Mount Warning's a bit big.
The photo. Put this up there, please. It's a bit windy. And see, I was only 5 when he died, and yet I can remember vividly that he was a cranky old bugger.
Who's this, George?
George, yeah. Well, he was in a sort of sit in a chair all day, and he had a walking stick that he would, pound on. And I think as a child of 5, I was really scared of him. He wasn't the sort of grandfather you sat on his knee or anything like that. He wasn't a loving. I don't remember him as a loving guy. He could have been, but he was very much a dominant figure, but always in this chair with this walking stick.
Condom.
That's where the sugar mills were down here. Actually.
Ah.
And he would never say pass the sugar, he'd pass the cotton down the street.
No, I don't remember that.
Just reminded me coming down this
There
way.
you go. What other memories have you got?
A lot of Coogin headlands.
Now, where's that?
Down near Kingscliff.
Right.
What memories have I got? Oh, holidaying at Angus and Lottie's beach house. The whole family having their holidays.
Would you be able to find that again?
Oh, I don't. I think it had long since gone. It was just opposite the beach, and I can remember playing in the sand with Fern and Mick. And that was when I first saw a boy.
Oh, naked.
Well, actually, Finn showed me his.
Did he?
I think we were about 6.
I thought Mick showed you his too.
Oh yeah, I did. We all did.
Oh, you showed them yours.
Oh, I'm sure I must have. I'm not positive, but I
First time they saw a girl.
no, probably not with them, especially not Mick. He was a lot older.
Was he?
Yeah. But no, the typical kids and cousins on holidays, I suppose.
Seems like most of your extramarital affairs have been with cousins, like Pete
Extramarital? I never had any extramarital. Never had any affairs. No, never. I had a crush on. I always adored Meg. Hated Finn.
Hated Finn.
Adored Peter. Just worshipped
This is Peter Dickinson, Nigel's dad.
And also Nigel, Eileen's nephew Nigel, I was very fond of. He was in the Air Force and he was a nice guy, but nothing serious. Just friends, just nice friends.
Go.
Isabella Skinner, our dear mother, who died suddenly
So where are we?
June 2nd, 1908, aged 70 years. And over here we've got Henry.
It's hot.
She probably could have made it on a cool day. They've got a lovely spot. Did Evan tell you they can see the mountain? Thank you.